Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on the Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning. There's that chipper face I like on a Monday.
We changed it, actually.
What?
What do you mean? We agreed to this.
No,
not chipper. Different word. Heifer.
No. She was a heifer that one time because I was a little bit salty with her. She's not a heifer all the time. And I said she's a little bit of a heifer.
Great way to start a Monday. On a great note.
I'm going to go now.
Well, at least it's not all the time, Maddie. Holy hell. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend like I did. I was here most of the weekend. So
yeah,
I'm living my life.
Trooper.
Terry, how was your weekend? I heard you ate a lasagna
Chicago.
pizza.
I had Chicago pizza at Gino's, and I found out that my favorite pizza place is now corporate owned. So I don't know if that's going to be good in the long run.
Probably not. Typically falls off. Save costs.
So it's not a mom and pop anymore. I helped Celine move into her new apartment.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's she's 30 floors up. She can see Lake Michigan from where she lives.
Hell yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Hey, I need to spend more time going up north. I don't go up north enough.
Okay, you need to start spending time in the city you live in before you start going up north.
He needs
I really
to
can't say anything to that.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up something I'm sure that this guy's never been.
Probably.
Been to the fireworks?
What fireworks?
There we go.
4th of July?
There we go.
No, it's the 4th of July fireworks, but it's not on 4th of July.
That's tonight, isn't it?
Is it downtown?
Is it tonight?
It's tonight.
I think it's tonight.
Have you ever been?
No, never heard of it.
Okay, but I
Wait, stop.
Whoa,
Time out.
You've never
What the
heard
hell?
of it.
No. I can understand you not going because you were.
I swear to God. Never heard of it.
Never heard of the
What are you guys
fireworks.
looking at me like this for?
Because everyone's
Have you heard of it,
the
Maddie?
What are we
fireworks.
talking about?
The Detroit fireworks?
Everyone has heard of it.
I mean, yeah.
Everyone.
I also
No. Look, Maddie's trying to be nice. She wants to laugh at your ass.
She should. I am.
I mean, everybody knows about that.
Yeah, everyone.
But also, I worked at a news station that covered the fireworks. So.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but 1 million people go to the fireworks every year. That's
It's a big
1 in
thing.
4 people
Yeah.
in Metro
It's a big
Detroit.
event.
I've
Go to
never
the fireworks.
been.
Yeah, I've never been, but I know what
I
it
know
is.
like 4 people. So, I mean.
He knows more
Okay.
than 4 people.
No, I had to go when I had kids. They wanted to go, and one year we went to the fireworks because my kids were young teenagers. So we took a neighbor's daughter,
Okay.
and so I think they're a little apprehensive about going downtown with all those people. So we're there watching the fireworks, and then there was a sound. It was not fireworks.
Uh-oh.
Somebody shot somebody near us.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, God. So then my kids are scared.
Fireworks is a great cover for... Fireworks are a great cover for that.
It is. Because you don't know... Most people don't know the difference between fireworks and gun shots. So, no, somebody got shot it was like 50 feet from us.
Right.
Wow. Holy hell.
So I'm thinking, stray bullet hit me right in the head, and that'd be the end of me. So I don't go anymore.
Yeah, I've never been, and I don't
And you
plan on
never
going
heard of it?
tonight.
You never heard
and I
of
never
it?
heard of it. Yeah, sorry. You know what I've also never heard of?
You need help.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Hey, Fish, go fuck yourself. Mute your mic, all right?
I like when he does that.
I mean, it's fine.
At first, I was appalled. I'm like, oh, my God, what's he saying? Now I kind of like it.
Yeah, I'm used to it now. I just get over it. I'm just like,
Oh, God. Didn't I tell you mute your mic? God damn it, Fish. Terry, you know what I've never heard of or seen in my lifetime? It's a young lifetime, 28 years.
You've never seen a Lions Super Bowl?
No. Even worse. I've never seen a worse GM in the game of baseball than Avila.
Okay.
I don't know if you caught up with the Tampa Bay Rays this weekend. Isaac Paredes, his 10th home run of the year.
Right.
Batting average all-time high.
Now, he's got
Hits.
10 home runs. Is that more than the
Any
entire
other
Tigers?
Not than the entire team, but
Oh, okay.
you could say it's more than the core 3. I believe. Definitely more than the core three. Look,
Must be the dimensions at Comerica Park.
it's just another one of his trades. It's another one of his moves. And I just have to ask the question this morning, when is enough enough? Is it the wins and losses that matter? Is it we're going to let him go into this upcoming trade deadline and deal Michael Fulmer and probably deal Tarek Skubal for a bag of peanuts and a year's supply of a vending machine?
Look, when the trade deadline comes, and if Avila is still making the deals, that says a lot about the Tigers. Just don't give a damn. Chris Ilitch is always preaching, I care about the team. I'm here for a championship. But this guy, if he allows Avila to do the deals, the wheeling dealing again, it just shows he doesn't care. And what more must be done? What more must be done, my friend?
Chris Ilitch can save a lot of face just by making step one, which is not hard. It's pulling the fat guy into the office and saying, hey, you're not fit for the job, literally and figuratively. So, out you go. And then the talk of the town will be...
thank you for your service.
I would never think... No, you don't
They always do that.
I'm not professional. If you somehow work for us for 8 years and do dick and do nothing but hold back the company, you think I'm going to tell you, well, thank you for all you've done. What, thank you for fisting me for the last 8 years? No, I'll pass, Al. Thanks so much. I'll pass. Get out of town. Leave. Goodbye.
I was hoping you'd be professional, but that's all right.
Can be a professional to people who don't deserve to be treated that way, right? Everyone says, the famous saying, treat people the way you want to be treated. Avila has treated the Tigers like shit. So on his way out, that's how he will be treated, in my opinion. Okay. Maybe not be professional.
Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
No, please let it. Please let it with Avila. But what's enough, though? What more do we need to see? Does AJ Hinch have to walk? Do you need a few players to go down on a 60, 90-day IL? I mean, what needs to happen in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks for Chris to get off his ass and get rid of this guy?
I think it's incumbent upon AJ Hinch to say, look, man, he may not be able to walk because I don't know what his contract status is anymore. But, he could say, look, I came here to win. You're not serious about this. What are we going to do? Because I can sit here and manage like crap because you got me crap and I don't have a good GM. So what do we do? I'm here to win. I won in Houston. I can win in Detroit if you guys are serious. So maybe AJ needs to walk into Chris Ilitch's office, slam the table, and say, damn, let's do something, son.
Was the Ken Rosenthal article not enough? Was that not enough? Was that not damning of Avila and how he's perceived across the league?
Yes, it is.
When you have a league, how many teams get into the playoffs every year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams, correct? Or 6? It's now 6. They expanded. Because now there's a wild card that you play each other to see who gets into the final spot. So it's a total of 6. 6 teams. Every single year. That means out of the 12 teams that make it, the rest are quote-unquote failures, right?
Correct.
Everybody else in the league is still laughing at Avila. Everybody in the league knows they can take advantage of him. Let's look at even honest. If we're honest about the Austin Meadows signing, at the time, does it make sense considering you're not calling up Isaac Paredes and you literally just signed Javi Baez? Maybe you can justify it, but you can't justify the last 2.5 years of starting Candelario, who is nothing, who's average at best, over the kid.
And that's what the reason. Can't dog the candy man.
Well, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
I can, and the Rays just are synonymous for this. They prop up a player, he performs well, they trade him for assets, those assets turn good, and then the player falls off. Austin Meadows will never have a year like he did last year with Tampa Bay. He was in, I believe, the top 10 in MVP voting in the AL. He got votes. He was damn good. 25 or 27 home runs, 100-plus RBIs. Not doing that here. Does he even have a home run? Maybe one?
Must be the culture. Something
It's not. It's
happened with this team.
It's everybody being able to hoodwink and pull the carpet under the rug, whatever the hell the phrase is, under Avila. You could walk into Avila's office right now at Comerica Park while he's in the room, take some classified documents off the desk and walk out, and he wouldn't notice. He would think that's normal. Hello? Well, where's my phone this morning?
Yeah, get your phone.
Hello? Hello, this is Al. Hey, Al. This is John Adams from the Arizona Diamondbacks. I have a deal for you, Al. Al Avila looks at his assistant like, all right, I'm a dealer. What do you got for me this morning? Al, Tarek Skubal, Michael Fulmer, send them both my way. I will supply your Gatorade vending machine for the next 3 years, and I'll send you $300,000 worth of cash. What do you think, Al? Al mutes the phone. Everybody in the room starts laughing. Oh, my God, this is an absolute steal. We're going to get Gatorade for the next 3 years. Unmutes the phone. John, you got a deal. And that's probably what's going to happen this upcoming deadline.
If you get the red Gatorade.
I'm actually a purple Gatorade guy.
All right, yeah.
Me and Maddie share the Faygo taste and Gatorade. Shout out to Maddie.
Damn. Y'all are like twins.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together, unfortunately. So you just develop similar habits working together all the
Wonderful.
day.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, God. By the way, a few things happened this weekend I thought were really cool. One, Michigan got commitment out of a kid from Lebanon. Name is Yusuf. He will be attending the university.
I didn't know they play basketball over there.
Actually, basketball is like the main sport in Lebanon. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually number one, then soccer is number two. Basketball is super popular there. But beyond the point, also another person from Lebanese descent, which I thought was really cool, was Nazem Kadri. His parents are from Lebanon. Kadri
Why
lifted
don't
the
you go
cup
over there
yesterday.
and teach basketball or something?
I'm not.
You should.
I'm not good at basketball. That's why.
You can teach it.
No.
Go over there and start a baseball league in Lebanon.
I don't think they play baseball there.
Start it.
Yeah, because they don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, we'll
They
pass.
will
We're not
when
going
you-
to try to. We're not going to try to take a dying game overseas to a country that's economy is absolutely garbage. I don't think people have time to worry about playing baseball right now. But anyways, we got to go to break. When we get back, the Eastern Conference has a ton of backcourts that you could label as impressive. How many are more impressive than what the Pistons have put together with Cade Cunningham and now Jaden Ivey, alongside, if you want to label it that way, Sadiq Bey? I'm going to make the case, Terry, there's only a few teams, maybe not even a few, maybe just one, that has a brighter future with their backcourt than the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference. But before we do, Maddie, I need you to tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Big Boy.
Yes, the lucky and delicious buffets are back at Big Boy every weekend from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Don't forget to try their classics like the Slim Jim, Delight Chicken Sandwich, and, of course, the original Big Boy. Find your nearest location at bigboy.com.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on this wonderful Monday morning. Adam, what do we got this morning?
Oh, what
lot
do we
going
not
on.
have this morning? Oh.
We got fish being fish. I mean, that never changes,
What?
thank God.
It's day one of Wimbledon. How do you not?
What?
Day one of Wimbledon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that, like a national holiday?
Should be.
No, he just likes Wimbledon.
I can tell.
I don't think people are clamoring that Wimbledon has started.
Well, they should.
I
They're not
think
real.
just Fish.
They're not real sports fans. Then.
Fish having cricket conversations on Twitter last night, driving me crazy.
It's not
I
my
was
fault
ready to
you were.
start blocking people.
It's not my fault you were tagged in it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, Terry, Eastern Conference made up of 15 teams. All right.
15 fine teams.
I'm going to tell you why there's only one backcourt that has a brighter future than the Detroit Pistons. That's the Boston Celtics right now. Proven. Been to an NBA Finals. Tatum, Brown, and Smart, still very young. They have a lot of years ahead of them. I would put the Pistons second in the East in terms of the future, right? Not what they are right now, right? I mean, LaMelo Ball and the Hornets, I can't trust Michael Jordan to surround him with anything relevant, so I think he's gone when his first contract is expired. The Magic, Jalen Suggs, now Paolo Banchero. I think that's a strong 3. I'd put the Magic at 3, and then you look at Cleveland, that's a solid one. Trae Young and the Hawks, but they're all missing the second and third guy. And I look at the Pistons, Terry, Sadiq Bey, Cade Cunningham, and now Jaden Ivey. I don't think many teams in the East have a brighter future than the Detroit Pistons.
So we're not talking about a backcourt. We're talking about a big 3.
I would say a backcourt, a young backcourt, who has a younger backcourt that has a similar trajectory that the Pistons have. I think only the Celtics have a better one right now. The Nets, Kyrie Irving, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. The Wizards are losing Bradley Beal by the sounds of it. The Knicks are the Knicks. The Pacers, good luck. They do have Tyrese Halliburton.
Kyrie Irving's not going to be in Brooklyn next year, probably.
Yeah, he'll be in, I don't know where he'll be.
He's a clown, though.
He's a
clown show. So you can't trust him. Very talented. You can't trust him.
Extremely talented. I don't understand how. And the reports also are, if he signs his next contract, he may decide not to play. And in the NBA, just so all of you know, those contracts are fully guaranteed. So you take on John Wall hasn't played a game in God knows how long. He gets paid $37 million a year basically the last 3-4 years.
That's crazy. I thought, man, I'm old school. I thought you signed a contract to actually play. I guess I'm wrong about that.
You know, I think you're very wrong. That's not a thing anymore, Terry. You have to adapt with the times. Toronto, young-ish, but not necessarily brighter than Detroit. Philadelphia, no. Milwaukee, no. Milwaukee's Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, not young. They're in a contending season right now. They're in their later end of their primes. So,
and Drew Holiday was a guy that people didn't trust until maybe recently, but he's not consistent.
It wasn't until the finals against the Suns where you were like, all right, we need that. And it's a guy that can pick up a guard on the opposing team. I wouldn't say lock him down, but give him trouble. And he can get us 14 a night. And that's very helpful to a championship team. But like I said, Terry, I don't think there's a better backcourt, a young backcourt that has a more promising future than the Detroit Pistons outside of Boston. And obviously Boston are 4 or 5 years into their project. Had we talked about Boston 3-4 years ago, we're having the same conversation. Young backcourt, lots of potential. Jaylen Brown, explosive athlete. Jason Tatum, superstar potential. Marcus Smart, maybe not talking about him as a star defensive player of the year, but still young, up and coming together. And that's what I see with the Pistons. So,
you know, I love arguing with you and calling you a butthead.
Oh,
but I can't do it now.
No.
I have to agree with it. No, but the other thing is there's 2 guys. Neither one are, I know Ivey has Detroit ties, but neither one of them are from Detroit. But it's like they're already our homeboys. And I think, the fact they both really wanted to be here, they did things that adds to the chemistry between these two. And the thing they're going to have to develop on the court is that chemistry. But I think it's going to be easier when you both feel like this is home, even if it may not be.
yeah, it's also a testament to the job Troy Weaver's doing, right? When you bring in players, what environment are you setting up for them to succeed? That's a big thing.
Right, it's huge.
You want to translate it with the NFL quarterbacks. It's not always about you as an individual. It's where you're selected. Russell Wilson selected in the 3rd round to Seattle, come in with no expectations, win the job, and it trends right around the time where the Legion of Boom become a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady falls to Bill Belichick, and then they grow together, and he becomes the greatest quarterback of all time. There's a difference between being Mitchell Trubisky and landing in Chicago, and then being, whether you want to call it or not, the Texans with Deshaun Watson were a success under Bill O'Brien. And then, of course, Patrick Mahomes at 10 to the Chiefs. Where you land matters. Josh Allen, 7 to the Bills. Who knew the Bills would turn into a stable organization after all those years of failure? So where you land matters. The people that are embracing you matters.
Let me keep it to the NBA. Let's say the Pistons had the Minnesota Timberwolves or Chicago Bulls Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler at that time was dogging teammates, saying they're unprofessional, saying they're soft. That creates an adversarial atmosphere, and it causes young players to not play as well as they're capable of. Pistons don't have that. They don't have that guy saying, Cade, you're not as good as you think you are. Jaden, I'm not impressed with you.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you? You haven't done anything. So if you have a family atmosphere, it's going to make these guys play better. They're not looking over their shoulder and saying, oh, damn, here's my vet teammate thinks I'm a scrub or I don't know what I'm doing. You don't have that here.
You have a very young team with a very experienced coach, a young GM in the sense of his experience as a GM in the NBA. But boy, is Troy Weaver just turning heads. And I look at Dwayne Casey's role over the next 8 to 16, 20 months. A lot of it's going to be rotation management, minutes. How are you developing these young players? Because that's all we're going to talk about the next 2 years. Development. And maybe Cade Cunningham in the All-Star game. And maybe Jaden Ivey and Sadiq Bey show out to be more than what we think right now. Who knows? That'd be nice. But until free agency happens, Terry, I don't think you can talk about this team as a play-in team. If their opening day roster is Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, and Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart, and the bench is Livers, Hayes, all right, well, that's a 18 to 25 win team. And they're going to be right back in the top 5 again.
And that's a weak bench.
That's a very weak bench. And it's very inexperienced. And the problem with a young team is they're inconsistent. Cade, I think, is going to take major steps forward in year 2. But this free agency period will tell us everything about their intentions this year. And I think you want to start molding a winning culture as well as early as possible. People forget Boston were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston was in the second round, getting out of the first round in the early days of Tatum, Brown, Smart, Horford, that crew with even Kyrie. They had gotten to an Eastern Conference Final without Kyrie Irving. And then he came back and what happened. But again, if you're going to mold yourself like Boston, like Golden State, it will take time. And you're going to need veterans, though. Golden State has had veterans. Clay, Steph, Draymond, Iguodala, even Looney to an extent. He's been there, done that. That allow Andrew Wiggins, that allows Jordan Poole to be successful. Al Horford. I mean, really the entire Boston organization allowing Tatum, Smart, and Brown to develop together. You're going to need that in Detroit.
Yeah, but this is a championship team you're talking about. Couldn't this team be the one where we're in March and say, you know what? Pistons are only 3 games out of a play-in game or something like that, and they don't make it because they don't have enough to get through it.
I don't see a problem with that.
I think this year is the year they should contend for the playoffs. Probably don't make it, but we're talking about them. You know,
I think you want them right around where the Knicks were last year, 37 and 45. I think 37 and 45 is solid. They were 6 games out of the 10 spot, which is the final spot for the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're somewhere 11, even 12, I think 35 to 37 wins is a very good year for your team development. Do I think that's achievable? Again, we have to wait till free agency.
Yeah, that's the key. But, bro, man, if we're talking about 20-something wins again for the Pistons next year, then I would say that Cade and Jaden Ivey have been a bust. You have to look at Dwayne Casey. You have to look at the organization and say, you know what? Maybe we oversold them to people.
I don't think so. I think if you walk out with a bunch of 20-year-olds, you're really sending, you're sending the wrong message. You want to be picking in the top 3 next year? Then what? Add another young piece? Then what? Let's just call it what it is. You just need 2 stars. Yeah, no, I agree. You need 2 stars. Right now, it looks like Cade, for sure, is going to be one of them. Is it going to be Saddiq or Jaden? I put my money on Jaden Ivey. I think Saddiq Bey is going to be a great asset to this team. I think he'll be a very good number 3. I think he'll be better than Jeremy Grant ever could be as a number 3. And you can also rely, the good thing about Saddiq Bey is you can also rely on him to be a number 2 some nights. Hell, even a 1. He's shown he can drop 50 in a game. He'll be 22 to 23 points a game this year. He's going to be an effective scorer. Can they go after a Miles Bridges? Are they going to go after a few veteran pieces, bring back Bagley? They're going to need some vets on the court. They're going to need vets coming off the bench. And if they can do that, I think 31 to 35 wins is realistic for this basketball team this year.
Well, if they get 2 vets through free agency, I think close to 500 is a possibility. Because we keep talking about how great Cade Cunningham is. If you give him 2 vets, there's no reason why he shouldn't be leading a 500 team. Because his role is to make others better. That includes the young guys and the vets. And to make those clutch shots at the end. So if they get, let's say, Miles Bridges and they get the center from Phoenix, to me, that should be a 500 ball club or close to it.
I don't think 1, they can afford both, and 2, I think I think it's done. I think the Ayton story's done with. I think it was very real prior to the draft when they landed Jalen Duren. I think it was done. I think it's over. They're shocked, I think, till now that they even got him. So I think now they turn their attention to a power forward, Miles Bridges. You're looking to re-sign Marvin Bagley. You're looking to bring in some veteran three-point shooters. That's going to be the key to free agency, and I think that's enough for Cade to make it work. Again, we're talking about a kid who was 17-5-5 year 1. I think he can take the step to 26-6 probably in year 2. And I don't think that's me asking much of Cade. Now, can he average 18, 6, and 6 instead? Sure. I'm not going to dog him for not getting 20.
I don't think Ayton is dead for this one reason. No,
I think it is.
I keep hearing that it's dead. I don't believe it. And the reason is because you got this wild card in Troy Weaver. Every time he makes a move, you're sitting up there and saying, what the hell just happened? He might do it again. Or he's got his own scenario that's whatever scenario is going to happen, he's already played out in his head 100 times over the last few weeks. Like he's playing chess. He's playing a high game of chess. And the moves that he made during the draft, the moves he made with Jeremy Grant, is setting the Pistons up for something else that we don't know what it is. And it may not be Ayton. It may be, who knows? Maybe he's bringing in Steph Curry. I mean, don't put anything past this man.
Fair enough. Well, last night I made some money betting on the Avalanche to win it all. I did take them when they were down 1-0, actually. I live bet, so that was fun. But I did it on my bookie. If you haven't signed up already for a MyBookie account, 0 down. I'm losing my mind this morning. I'm so tired. Anyways, MyBookie. If you haven't signed up already, use promo code Woodward. Shut up, Maddie. Don't give me that look. You know what happened. Anyways, bet from anywhere, anytime using promo code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, it's Scott from The Bet Show. Listen, we've done nothing but hand you guys fun coupons the last couple weeks. We're going to keep that going, of course. But hey, we'll get to that in a second. But first, you guys got to download oddstrader.com. It's my new favorite app. Listen, it's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at the sportsbooks right in the palm of your hand. And wait, we're going to get back to them fun coupons. Listen, we're going to roll with the Dodgers today to beat the Rockies. Rockies struggle when Chad Kuhl pitches. They lost the last 8 out of 10 starts. Sounds good to me. OddsTrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Fish, I think Adam needs to tell you something.
Fish, just shut up. We're not going to do that, all right? We're not. Just shut up. Mute your mic, please.
I hate you guys. I'm muting.
Okay.
You guys were on it too. You're not going to tell him?
Tell him what?
That it was you that bailed?
I didn't bail. Whoa. You're going to put this on me?
All
right, just so all of you know what's going on at home, Braylon invited us.
I also had, just so clarification, I had like 50-50.
What?
It was 50-50. So
Right,
I was prepared. I was prepared not to go. Basically, I had it in my head.
You boys were supposed to go golfing.
Yep, on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yep.
So what happened?
You're gonna say
Wait,
I bailed?
hold on.
Bitch.
Hold on.
You did.
Hold on.
I'm not.
Hold on. From the start, I was like, I may not go, I may go. So I already had it in my head.
From the start, Fish, you knew 1 day prior.
Well, yeah, from the start. From 24-hour notice, basically. I'm just saying that I was prepared not to go.
Adam bailed.
So why are you
totally
complaining?
Didn't break my heart. Why
So
am I?
why are you we didn't go, buddy.
I know we didn't go.
So who cares?
They gave me a little hope.
Adam.
I did not bail. Fuck
Yes,
you,
you
Maddie.
did.
No, how?
Shall we? Should I call Braylon? Or should I just pull up the text messages?
Here, I'll pull up the freaking text messages. Guys, listen to this BS. Where is this? Unbelievable, the people I deal with.
So you blew off Fish.
Braylon Edwards, at 7 in the goddamn morning,
Just don't give me
decides
hope.
to text
That's
everybody. Tea time's at 1 o'clock. I forgot to confirm a Friday. Yeah, we know. Let me know if that's too late, guys. He never confirmed the tea time leading up to the day. The day of, he confirms it. And I had a commitment at 1 o'clock. I didn't bail.
That's bailing.
He should have gotten a goddamn tea time in advance.
You bailed.
Sit there, tell me I bailed.
Yeah.
So
you
what
bailed.
happened?
Unbelievable.
We did not
Nothing,
go
we didn't
golfing.
go.
We did not.
Well, either way, we did not go golfing because of you.
I'm confused by this story.
Thank you. Me too.
Braylon Edwards texts all you creeps at 7 a.m.
No, he didn't text. I didn't get anything. I was just in the dark.
So what are you complaining about? If you
That's
didn't get a
what I'm
text, you're not in the group.
Fish, shut the hell up.
I was told the day before.
Shut the hell up.
What
No,
am I
you weren't.
supposed to do?
Just stay home.
cry?
Watch cricket. Stay home. Watch cricket.
That's what I did.
I know. Mute your mic.
I gotta go home.
Oh God. Oh God. All
This
right.
place turns
moral
happy
of
to
the story is
dysfunctional
it's
so
Adam's fault.
quickly.
Long story short, Maddie, you know what? We're not going to get into this. The Avalanche hoisted the
Please.
Stanley Cup last night. It's their first
Oh,
Stanley
because you
Cup.
did blow them off. That's why we're not getting into it. Now I get it.
Their first Stanley Cup in 21 years. It just so happened it's on the day that the E60 documentary Unrivaled was released. I thought that was pretty cool. Speaking of which, we'll get to that in a little bit. But, Terry?
Yes.
First cup in 21 years. It's crazy to think it's actually been 21 years. Since 2001, last time the Avalanche hoisted a cup. Do we take for granted in town championships? Just in general, as any fan base, not just Detroit. Because for the Red Wings, it hasn't happened since 2008. That's 14 years ago.
Right.
Darren Helm was a baby. He lifted the cup then. He just lifted the cup last night. Do we take championships for granted? And two, thoughts on the Colorado Avalanche, in my opinion, building probably the greatest team in the salary cap era.
You know who built it?
Joe Sakic.
Joe Sakic. Joe Sakic was part of the rivalry with the Wings. The Avs star player. And the Wings are trying to do the same thing with Steve Yzerman. Or as Bill Clinton will call him, Steve Yzerman. So they're trying to do the same thing. So it's almost a parallel. And who was the MVP of the Stanley Cup Finals?
Cale Makar.
Right. Makar
becomes the youngest Conn Smythe winner and Norris Trophy winner since, I want to say, Bobby Orr.
Yeah, a defenseman. And the irony is that Steve Yzerman, criticized for it, first guy he selected was a defenseman, Mo Seider, who was Rookie of the Year. So both guys played a similar game. Both guys realized, though, even though they were centermen, that you got to build from the net out to build a championship team. And the Colorado Avalanche this team is so much different than the one that won 21 years ago. These dudes are so fast, freaking fast. They weren't overly quick the last time they won it. They were more physical, maybe a little bit more gritty. They had some snipers. They had guys who could score and everything. But this team is outrageous the way that they attack. And even there were times in this series where Colorado was losing and they're just pressing the action so much. I'm like, how's this team losing this game?
Yeah, they were relentless.
Just weren't putting the puck in the net. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, they were relentless. Vasilevsky did all he could in Game 6, but it was the defense that shined for Colorado. It was, and that's the difference between Edmonton and Colorado. Edmonton are built on the first line, and it's actually quite the opposite for Colorado. And Colorado is a great story, too. I'm sure this town doesn't like Colorado that much, but especially after yesterday.
I don't think it cares as much. Yeah, back in the day, hated Colorado.
I'm of the same mindset. For me, Michigan, Ohio State, okay, that's an ongoing rivalry. You had 1995, Terry, to 2002. Probably 5 years after that. Once you won the Cup, really, in 2008, I think it was just all done and over with. Nobody cared about the Avalanche. You switched conferences. Now you only play them twice a year. I think that rivalry is dead. I don't think it'll ever come back. Even if they meet in a Stanley Cup playoff in the final, it doesn't ever matter. You'll never get the same rivalry aspect that you got back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So
you're not going to get Darren McCarty and Claude Lemieux back on the ice.
You're not going to have that storyline. The stories are what made the rivalry. It wasn't just that. People forget the Wings were getting their ass kicked by the Avalanche. That was not a rivalry. On the ice, that was not a rivalry. Swept both years. 95, 96, I believe. They were swept. But it was a rivalry because of the Draper hit. But if you watch the documentary yesterday, supposedly it was the Adham foot situation, right? Where I believe Igor smashed his face into the glass, and that supposedly started it. But Claude Lemieux says that the Draper hit had nothing to do with it.
Really? Is that why?
That's what he said at the Darren McCarty meet and greet.
Yeah, is that why he had a Darren McCarty meet and greet? Because the Adham foot hit? No, he had it because of the fight with Darren. That Darren was upset about the Draper hit. That was the spark. I don't care what they say.
Yeah, look, it was the Draper hit. No, 1,000%. And it really, if you think about it, that changed everything because it happened in 96. They lose that series bad, I think 4-1. Avalanche go on to win the Cup, and Lemieux famously says, the Red Wings should be more worried about their performances in the last 3 years than about my hit on Draper. And obviously he didn't apologize.
He's very dismissive.
If you're honest, Detroit, you should be thankful Claude did it. Nobody wants to say it. You should be thankful Claude Lemieux did what he did, because that is a big factor why your team matured like hell and had the balls to go up against Colorado in the following series, the years after, where they would actually win, get to the final, and then win back-to-back cups in 97, 98. That doesn't happen without Lemieux. It doesn't happen without the Shanahan signing. It doesn't happen without Shanahan beating the hell out of God knows who his name was, and then the coach had a freaking heart attack on the bench. I mean, there were so many things that had to happen, and they did, and that's what made that rivalry so special. Is both teams. What's the number? 20 Hall of Famers between the two teams in that 5-year stretch. 20 Hall of Famers,
like
5 Stanley Cups. From 95 to 2002, a 7-year stretch, 8 seasons technically. 5 of those cups were won by either of those two teams. 20 Hall of Famers. Peter Forsberg, Patrick Waugh, Joe Sakic, Steve Yzerman, Nicholas Lidstrom, Sergei Fedorov. Come on. That, you know, people forget what makes rivalries is also the players. You know, Fish, you're going to love this one. You know, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Out of my realm a little bit. But it was not. There was no greater apex than when Ronaldo and Messi were there. Fish, am I wrong?
No.
The players also make the rivalry, and when you have legends, Hall of Famers on both sides of the bench, that makes everything. What made the Celtics and the Lakers in the '80s so good? It wasn't just Magic and Bird. It was McHale, Worthy, Kareem. It was a ton of players. Like, you had Hall of Fame players on both sides, and that's what made it entertaining. Because all those games, you were in your seat like, oh God, what's going to happen next?
And then there were great moments and great plays in those series. I mean, the Magic Johnson hook shot, Larry Bird hitting incredible shots, Danny Ainge being a pain in the ass. There was a lot of stuff.
You can even go to the Lemieux Turtle situation, right, where D-Mac just unloads on him. The referees didn't catch what was an obvious knee, right? So he doesn't get thrown out of the game, and that mattered. Things happen, and that's what makes that rivalry so special, and why people will never forget it, because it embodied everything that a rivalry needs. You know, I used to laugh at Michigan. You know, when they would say that they have a rivalry with Ohio State, especially over the last 10, 13 years. What, if you won once prior to last season? That's not a rivalry. That's an ass-kicking. They won this past year, thank God. Now you can actually talk about it maybe becoming a rivalry again. But, you know, rivalries are when it's even, not when a team is just whooping your ass all the time.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a rival based on history. And the evil that permeates off the field, too. The anger that's there because of what happened in the 70s and 80s. I remember writing back in the day that Michigan and Michigan State were not rivals. And maybe it was a mistake to say that because Michigan was kicking Michigan State's ass every year. And I just finally said, is this really a rivalry? You got to win sometimes. And so State started winning. So I think you can call it a rivalry now. But it was still a rivalry because Michigan State would just do stuff to annoy Michigan. You're not that good. They beat them 1 out of 5 years and talk about it like forever. And so so it was a rivalry mostly because the fans couldn't stand each other.
I mean, the fans really got involved after the Lemieux situation with Draper. Then it became really, and I think it was Bob Wojnarowski who wrote the article, the famous article, that, let's just call it what it is, incited really the fan base to start getting more involved. And, all right, it's revenge time, right? When's it going to happen? Is it tonight? Who knows when it's going to happen?
He got shoved by the GM of the
That's right,
Avalanche.
by the Avalanche. Yep. Walked by, and I think it was an elbow while he was sitting. Like, get the F out of my way. I believe that was what happened. But you know,
he could have gotten around him, but he busted him.
You don't know what's funny? Stan Kroenke, a guy who Fish hates. Well, you can choke all you want, buddy. His third professional championship as an owner in the last 135 days.
Worst owner ever.
Yeah. Rams, some other league, I forget what the hell it is, to be honest with you, I don't care. And then the Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado Rapid.
Is it? That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Well, good for them. They won a championship too. So let's just say it's 2. Count the NFL and the NHL. 2 major championships in the last 135 days, Terry. You know what that is? You know how many that is? That is more than the Lions have playoff wins in the last 59 fucking years, man. God, I wanted to vomit when I saw that. Jesus Christ. We got to go to break. When we get back, Miles Bridges to the Detroit Pistons heating up. Terry, I think you're still all in on Ayton. I don't think anything will surprise you at this point with Troy Weaver.
Right.
So we'll get to that in a bit. But before we do, the official Zero Down and $10 a month is Planet Fitness, a judgment-free zone. Guys, get to the gym. Take care of both your mental and physical health. It is very, very, very important. Sign up today by visiting planetfitness.com or check out one of their many Metro Detroit locations. Remember, your fitness is essential.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes time to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. So if you've got a big project coming up, Alta Rents has you covered. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
All right. Terry, Miles Bridges to the Detroit Pistons after the draft, beginning to heat up. A friend of his on Instagram posted a cool photo of him and Miles Bridges, I think, at the club. And it went along the lines, the caption did something along the lines of, all right, if Charlotte doesn't give us the bag, we're just going to head over to Detroit. Now, how much you want me to believe this friend, I think is irrelevant. But you have the cap space, Terry, right? I believe it's $44.6 million. You can't have Ayton and Bagley. So my question to you is, would you rather have DeAndre Ayton by himself, along with a few role players that are veterans, or would you prefer Miles Bridges, Marvin Bagley, and a few role players?
I'm going Bridges, Bagley, role. I like having at least one guy, and probably two, but you can only probably have one, that's just cold-blooded scorer. My job is to score 20 points tonight. To hell with everything else. I think Miles Bridges can be that guy, and that's what I like. That's why, even though and I'm talking about from the small forward or power forward position, the one thing I did not like about the 2004 Pistons is the small forward position didn't get much scoring. Tayshaun Prince, great, very good defender. He played his role, but I like that position where that guy's capable of scoring 30 points some nights if he needs be.
Yeah, I don't think that player was available in the draft, and I think who your three is going to be, because it's no longer the small forward, right? You basically have four guards / wings at any point on the court, and then maybe a big body. So the three likely will be Saddiq Bey or Jaden Ivey this year, and you're going to get scoring from both of them, no doubts. Miles Bridges, I want to say, is 6'7", not your traditional power forward, but he's an athletic forward that I could run, I wouldn't say an effective pick and roll, but he's going to be a threat in transition. He's going to be a threat in the paint to an extent. He'll be able to run the pick and roll with Cade and whoever else is handling the ball. But I want you to picture this, Terry.
Close my eyes.
I want you to picture a lineup where you have Cade at the point, Sadiq and Jaden Ivey at the 2 and 3, Miles Bridges at the 4, Jalen Durant at the 5. Not Isaiah Stewart, because Isaiah Stewart is undersized. I get all that length in Durant at the 5, along with the 4 guys that you want to call it small ball, be my guest. Those are my 4. Along with a rim protector, a shot blocker, a guy that can run the pick and roll, get me rebounds. That solves a lot. And I look at him as a possibly higher upside offensively than Robert Williams. Can he be the menace that Robert Williams is defensively? I hope. That would be fantastic. But that's your best case scenario with Jalen Durant. Can he be that? And if he is, that 5 on the court, I mean, you're looking at maybe the top 6, 7 teams in the East. You could make the case are better than them this year and maybe next year. But 3-4 years from now, that's a problem. That team is a problem. And Miles Bridges, yes, relies on his athleticism. Is it ideal? No. But you have Bagley coming off the bench, Stewart coming off the bench, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Livers. You are suddenly 8, 9, 10 deep instead of 6, 7. And I think that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal, particularly in the regular season. It's not as big a deal as in the playoffs, but you're just worried about getting into the playoffs. The other thing that Durham can do, I mean, he's a rim runner too. I can see Cade popping little alley-oops to him, getting slam dunks. There's a lot of versatility with this team. And once again, I want to say this again. Jaden Ivey, there will be times he will be running the show and Cade won't be out there, and they can pick up the pace a little bit. They can attack in a different way. And that sometimes gives other teams fits. They're like, wait a minute, we're playing this Detroit Piston team, and now we got to play another Detroit Piston team. We don't like this. So that's why, like, you know, we were debating who should be the draft pick. That's why I like Jaden Ivey, because although he plays out of control sometimes, he brings an element that's going to force other teams to make adjustments they don't want to make. He's going to be a load.
He has it. He has the it factor to me. Can you reach that ceiling? We can have this conversation with every rookie that's drafted every single season.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have a guy in the building, not only who wants to be there, but comes from a hard-working family, a successful family, his father, his grandfather, his mother, he embodies the definition of successful, really a successful bloodline. I have no doubts Ivey is going to be one of the better players, probably the second, if not the best player to come out of this draft. And I'll say it from now, and I'll continue to say it. He has hyper athleticism. He can develop a much better, I would say, three-point shot. Not that he was a scrub in college, but, you know, it's solid 37%. Struggled down the stretch a bit, sure, but beyond the point, Ivey was that guy. And what do you need in this league? You need stars. And I'm looking at Jaden Ivey Terry to be nothing less than a star, because I need him to be.
He'll be better in the NBA than he was in college.
Absolutely.
One, that game is different, and I don't think Painter really knew how to use him in effective spots, in big games, we'll say. But and the other thing is, you could double up, triple up, whatever you want to do. You could devise defenses for Jaden Ivey in college. You can't do that in the pros. No, they're not going to double Ivey and then leave Cade Cunningham by himself. That's not going to happen. So he can be way more effective because the game is more open. I always say the college and NBA are two different sports. And that's why sometimes it's hard to project if a guy in college is going to be good in the NBA.
Well, it's funny because some of the guys that dominate the game of college just don't work out. Luka Garza was a player of the year in college, went in the second round. Christian Laettner, J.J. Redick. I mean, you go down the line of guys that would, Jimmer Fredette, guys that just dominated the game of college basketball. Didn't mean anything. Hasheem Thabeet. Who was that dude out of Kansas? I mean, I can go back 20, 30 years. It doesn't mean anything. Westbrook didn't dominate college basketball at UCLA. Kyrie didn't dominate the game at Duke. It just didn't happen. So I'm excited for Jaden Ivey. You're going to get a guy that can attack the basket. He's going to be cutting when KD... Again, the off-ball movement for me with Jaden Ivey is going to be probably the biggest key to success for this basketball team. He's going to be the one cutting to the basket. He's going to be the one, Terry, that can finish through contact. The one that can get to the basket. And I think he's going to be the most athletic player on the court at any given time for this basketball team. That's saying something. 'Cause it's a young team.
Can't wait. It's going to be exciting.
They're going to be a fun watch. They will be a fun watch. Whether or not you want to spend the money, by the way, on Bridges, maybe not. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to keep the money and you wait till next year and you just add some veteran pieces just to get you by this year. Okay, fine. But are we on the same understanding, Terry, that this is going to take 4 to 5 years before they're contending in the East?
I think I bumped it up to 3.
3.
Because, once again, I believe Troy Weaver has something up his sleeve. For next year, the year after. And so he might be able to pump it up a little bit quicker. But, it's probably 3 to 4 years. It makes sense.
The 3-year model, I have to say, although I don't see it happening, you know who else had a 3-year model, Terry?
Who?
Boston Celtics.
Okay.
They've made the playoffs every year that Tatum's been in the league. The first 2 years, he was 13 a night, 15 a night, and then 23. Year 3, he popped off. Year 3 in the playoffs, they got all the way. They played 17 games. Eastern Conference's first year, I believe. Kyrie comes, they totally collapse. And then they get back, I want to say, to the Eastern Conference final again in year 3. Granted, Boston, different situation. Much more talented team. They had a much more talented roster. But I won't call you crazy for saying 3 years. I'm more comfortable with 4 or 5. There's so many other players that just need to develop. I think that's another problem. Such a young team. Boston was very well balanced. They had Al Horford. They had players that you could rely on any night when your young guys were off. Get you 22, 24 a night. Get you through the fourth quarter. Get you through those stretches where the team's on a 10-2 run, 14-0 run, you're losing your lead, and then there's that one guy that can just hit a bucket that calms everybody down, and you go back to playing basketball.
Who's to say Weaver won't get that guy? Because he basically shocks this roster every year.
Well, he's not here right now, and until he is, it's tough for me to say 3 years.
You got to.
But I wouldn't put it past.
You got to look ahead. You got to project.
Point, Terry. That is a fair point.
Oh, the other thing, we were talking about how the college game is different than the NBA game. Do you know what Indiana Pacer fans were angry about in 1987?
What's that?
They wanted to protest. They weren't going to go to games anymore.
What the hell happened?
They drafted Reggie Miller instead of Steve Alford.
Yeah, I think they regret
right.
riding on that one.
But that shows, Alford was a guy who could shoot, but he couldn't create his own shot. Reggie Miller was a player. But it was so egregious. I mean, Pacer fans just protested because they thought Alford was going to be that guy that's going to take
everybody
the Pacers.
misses. We're all wrong every once in a while. It's okay to be wrong. Right, Maddie?
Nope.
No? It's not okay to be wrong?
When's the last time Maddie was wrong?
Never.
That's what I thought.
Okay, bam.
You see the threats I get, Terry?
I'm impressed.
You don't want to see what happens outside these walls, man. Why do you think I wear long sleeves in the middle of a summer day?
You're abused? Oh, wow. We did say she's a pit bull over there, Spitfire.
Call me, beat me.
You see how many old school terms I can come from Maddie.
Oh, God.
Spitfire, Pitbull. I'm not going to say heifer again.
You've already used that card?
Yeah, I played the heifer
He
card.
said I'm not a heifer all the time.
All the time.
Bulldog.
Bulldog, all right.
Aggressive.
Yep. And that's why I have 37 bruises on my body right now. Anyways, we got to go to break. When we get back, top of the hour.
I did no such thing, just for the record.
Top of the hour, we'll go over the history of the number 5 overall pick. And Terry, I have a few things I want to bring up about the Tigers not having any announcers for an upcoming game.
Yeah.
The hell is that? So we'll get to
see
that in a
that.
bit. But before we do, I got to tell you about the drink of the summer, and that is the Mulligan. If you haven't tried it already, iced tea, lemonade, and gypsy vodka, the Mulligan is the official drink of the summer. Whether you're at the local golf course that you play at or in your backyard having a good time with Alex Westfall and Fish, whatever you decide to do, just do it responsibly. Of course, try the Mulligan, and like I said, please drink responsibly.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
If you need it to get your tan on, look no further than Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Don't forget to join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. They'll even beat their competitors by $5. Chili Peppers, they've got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Peppers tan.
Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers.
Tan.
God bless you, Fish. I'll see you in hell, buddy. Top of the hour here on the Morning Woodward Show, brought to you by Bedrock Detroit, of course.
It is.
It is.
Terry,
Good for
Peacock are going to stream the Tigers-Royals game without announcers.
Yeah.
Good, bad idea? Does it even make sense?
I am so accustomed to somebody telling me what's happening. I don't like the announcerless thing. Although this one might be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, they said they're going to take you around the stadium.
They're going to take you around the stadium.
Talk to fans.
Yeah, it's going to be like you're at the ballpark.
Yeah.
And they're going to interview fans, talk to different people during the game. So although there are no announcers, they're going to put you in a seat at the stadium, because when you're at the stadium, you don't have announcers. You talk to people. So it may... This one, I don't mind.
They chose the right game for it.
Right. But when you just have a camera from behind the
Center
plate,
field.
and then you see the field and see the action, there's just nothing. I can't stand that. But maybe they'll put us in the stand, and guess what? We'll talk to Adham. Adham, what do you think about Avila? So they'll let you go off for 30 seconds about Avila
They
during
better
the
not
game.
air this on TV.
I was going to say, man, they better not choose Adham.
They better not do it, but I'd be in favor of it.
Look, I'm in favor of finding... I got to get Johnny Kane to, sneak me on and just interview me during a Tiger game. It's got to happen.
What do you need to be interviewed for?
Yeah,
I need somebody to ask me what I think of the ballpark, and then I totally do a 360, deviate from the subject, and just start dogging Avila on live television.
Yeah, and then they push you off, and security
That's fine.
escorts you
That's
out of
fine.
the building.
That's
Okay.
fine.
No, they won't push him off. They'll just turn the camera off.
Okay, what
Yeah.
happens when that camera's
Bally's-
off, Terry? What happens
this
when that
guy
camera's off? They're
is
pushing him
Bally's
off.
worst friend. They never, ever, ever want this guy on
That is
Can't handle the
correct.
truth.
Why not?
because he's not saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
the Tigers
I
are
love
lost 14 to
Avila. He's
15,
one of
but
the
they look
greatest
good. They got
managers
good
ever.
at
Still
bat."
hope.
There's no hope.
No, there's not.
There's no
MLB
hope
should be
this
the
year.
manager.
We
He's
lost
so good.
all the hope.
This season is done.
Oh yeah, done. Gutter.
They're 28
Bye.
and 44. They're going to ask you, Terry, a very professional question. Oh, what do you think of the Tigers right now? They're struggling a little bit. I'll look at him and say a little bit.
They're not as bad as they were earlier, but they still bad.
I mean, these cupcake questions drive me crazy. How are you enjoying your day out in the ballpark? Well, John, to be honest with you, if the team didn't fucking suck, maybe I would enjoy myself a little more. But you know what? Right now, I'm settling for some beer and a hot dog.
How do you not?
And
I just want some honesty.
I have no money because the beer and hot dog cost so much.
$15 just for a beer?
A crappy team.
Unbelievable.
You know what else would be honest? If they had me on that broadcast, they may ask, so what do you think of the Tiger Dog? You know what? The Tiger Dog sucks now.
What,
not
is that
good.
the Tiger version of a hot dog?
Of a hot dog, right. Even the grilled one. It's just not good. I used to love every time the new stadium, the new season started, I'm going to get me a Tiger Dog. Yeah. And then it would be so delicious. I was so excited. I tried one this year. I was like, oh. It tasted like it was vegan.
Oh boy.
Maybe I got the vegan dog by mistake.
Probably.
You could have.
What is that, made of leaves? What are those things made out of? The impossible stuff?
It's like beans
Chemicals
or
and
something.
beans?
It's like
Don't ask me.
It's beans.
Yeah, it's like beans, more beans, chemicals, more chemicals. Throw some beans in there to hide the chemicals. And then
As
put it
opposed
all
to a
together
real
and
hot
shove
dog,
it
which
into
is
a
made out of pig lips, bones, fat, good stuff.
Oh, God.
That's what I want.
Yeah, the no announcers thing is going to be weird. I appreciate the announcers, right? Because they get me through the ball game sometimes,
Depending on who they are.
Depending on who they are. They have to be good.
Yeah, you don't like Leah Hextall.
Baseball.
No, Leah Hextall,
Baseball has to do something different because
daughter of the devil.
young people aren't watching.
Well, that's probably why they're doing it. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe they should get the baseball games on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, do that little paint stuff.
Every
and all
time the
that
ball's
stuff.
hit,
Yeah, the slime.
there's like a slime streak trailing the
By
ball.
the way, on the Nickelodeon, they had a golf event that they did Saturday.
You know what they should do? They should slime Jack Morris and Craig Monroe.
You don't like them, or just slime them for the fun of it?
Just for the fun of it.
Okay.
I like them. I actually, I think Simo should be in the booth more often.
I do agree with that. I think Simo's legitimately the only good one there outside of. God, I'm forgetting his name now. I'm a horrible person.
Milt Wilcox. No.
Oh well, forgot his name. Sorry,
Don't say
guys.
Jack Morris because he's boring. It's all good.
Well, him and Shepard aren't ideal. Shepard's a good guy though.
He is good.
But I think I like Craig Monroe in the booth, even though he's a little bit howdy doody, but he brings enthusiasm.
At least he's
to the
honest
booth.
about it. At least you know, like, all right, this guy played for the Tigers. He's going to be biased, not somebody who claims they're, I am a truth seeker and a truth teller.
Jack Morris and Kirk Gibson played for the Tigers.
Simo's got passion. These guys are old and just want to leave the ballpark and go get a shot of whiskey. I don't know. Unbelievable. It's a boring watch. Speaking of which, Terry, history of the number 5 overall pick.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for this.
Jaden Ivey. Off the top of your head, the last hyper successful number 5 overall pick in the NBA draft.
I don't even know who was selected 5th.
All right, well,
so I rely on you to tell me these things.
All right, well, we'll go with Dwayne Wade.
That's good.
All right, we'll go with Dwayne Wade as one of the better ones. Jalen Suggs last year. Trey Young, taken 5th, swapped with Luka Doncic.
I say that's a good one.
That's a really good one, right? But after Trey Young, we go a good 10, 12-year stretch. Kevin Love, solid basketball player. I know he gets dogged on a lot, but he was a beast in Minnesota. People fail to remember that because he came to Cleveland and he was LeBron. But the super hyper successful, the last insanely talented player selected at number 5 overall, Dwayne Wade, Miami Heat, 2003. Okay. Prior to him, Vince Carter, Ray Allen. There have been some good players. This isn't a pick that always works out. If you go over the last 7 years, Jalen Suggs, Isaac Okoro, Darius Garland, solid. Trey Young, solid. De'Aaron Fox, solid. Chris Dunn, okay. Mario Hezonja, bust. Dante Exum, bust. Alex Len, bust. Thomas Robinson, bust. That's another guy who dominated college basketball, by the way. Jonas Valanciunas, okay. DeMarcus Cousins, meh. Ricky Rubio, bust. But he's turned out to be pretty average, at least. He's a solid player. And then Kevin Love, star player in his early Minnesota days.
So you didn't like DeMarcus Cousins?
No.
I didn't like his mentality. I thought he was talented.
I thought he was a beast. He was unbelievably talented, but his attitude was awful.
Right.
That prevented literally.
But you don't have that with Ivey.
No,
you don't
not
have
at
that.
all.
And I don't think you're going to get it. The other thing, to flip it, you have to look at teams that draft after the Sacramento Kings usually get a superstar.
That is right. And the last three have all been Hall of Famers.
Yes.
So that's also a sign that's favoring. By the way, just so people understand who Minnesota Kevin Love is. Minnesota Kevin Love averaged 19 a night and 12 rebounds. 19 and 12.
Right.
His last year it was 26 and 13. Guy was pretty damn good.
He was a beast, and he was happy in Minnesota. He was the guy that was gregarious, and hey, I'm coming to the arena tonight. What's up? I'm your boy Kevin Love. But then I think he got dogged too much by LeBron James. LeBron James wanted different expectations for him, and then thought he was soft.
If the math serves me correctly, every decade there are 2 to 3 Hall of Famers that come out of the NBA draft at the number 5 overall pick. In the 90s, you had Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Vince Carter. In the 2000s, you had Dwayne Wade and Kevin Love. In the 2010s, you really only had, they're so young, so I can't qualify them yet, but at least players that we agree on are good players. Darius Garland, Trae Young, and De'Aaron Fox, all very good players. And then you look at Jalen Suggs and Okoro last 2 years, nothing special yet, could be, who knows, but there's 2 to 3 every decade. I think Jaden Ivey will be one of them.
I do. But in fairness, Kevin Garnett wouldn't have been a number 5 pick. The only reason he was number 5 pick is because he was coming out of high school.
What year was that, Kevin Garnett? 90, give me a second, 95. I want to know who the hell passed on Kevin Garnett in the 95 draft. 95, Joe Smith went number... Why don't I remember this draft? Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Joe Smith went number 1 to Golden State. Mm-hmm. Antonio McDyess went number 2. Jerry Stackhouse number 3. Rasheed Wallace number 4. Kevin Garnett fell to 5?
Fell to 5, but high schooler. They didn't trust, his maturity because he never played in college. That's the... I don't like to brag, but I got to see him play in high school. And I said, this dude can play. So whoever was scouting him messed up big time. But once again, the NBA at that time didn't trust foreigners and didn't really trust high schoolers unless you were Kobe Bryant.
Even Kobe fell to 13.
Right, he fell and got traded.
Yeah. Charlotte traded Kobe. Oh my God, we forget. Mm-hmm. We forget this so much because we're so used to seeing him in a goddamn Lakers jersey. For what, Vlade Divac?
Yes.
How do you... Honestly, if I'm the NBA commissioner, I kill Charlotte. I go to MJ and I tell him, this town sucks. Your basketball team history sucks. You traded Kobe Bryant. You were the Bobcats. Now you're the Hornets and you just suck. Do yourselves a favor. Go put a team in Vegas. Go put the Hornets, take them to Vegas, call them the Vegas losers, all right? I don't care what you call them. But just, we're done with Charlotte. Charlotte, horrible, awful. Disaster sports town. Sorry.
It is, but it's in North Carolina, which is a basketball hotbed.
I don't care.
What would you What would you rather have the next NBA team? Las Vegas or Seattle?
Seattle. For monetary purposes, I'd say Las Vegas. But I would prefer Seattle. I think Seattle.
Seattle never should have lost a franchise to freaking Oklahoma City.
No. You don't trade the Supersonics for the Thunder.
Right.
That hurts me. So that's why I'd say
right.
Seattle.
And their arena is on a pretend Riverwalk. It is. No, they got a real Riverwalk in San Antonio. Oklahoma City tried to do the same thing, but it's like 6 inches long, 2 inches deep.
I love this comment. Sheed could have been an all-time power forward, but the league was against him. Bro, the league was not against him. Sheed just couldn't get out of his own way. That's why he was even available to the Pistons back in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had an awful, awful attitude, had no idea how to play team basketball, and it took for him to be surrounded by Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Larry Brown to get in line.
And the Portland Trailblazers let him do anything he wanted to do. The Trailblazers at that time would run like a high school team. And he said, I'm not showing up for practice. It's like, all right, cool. Do what you do, brother.
Rasheed Wallace apex. And he's never averaged even 20 points a year, guys. Go to hell. Go to hell. Sean Kemp was a beast. Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, I think. That's what made the Supersonics a thing. I mean, that was special to watch. I would stick with Seattle, though. I think Seattle should get a basketball team over Vegas.
Yes. The thing is they wouldn't give them an arena. I'm sure since you've never eaten a hot dog here, you've never been to the fireworks.
No, he's eating a hot dog. He just said
I'm going to
coney
assume
dog.
You've never been to Key Arena in Seattle.
No.
Dump. Now, I got in trouble for calling Madison Square Garden a dump in New York.
It is a dump, though.
I stand by it. It's a dump.
What, Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, Madison Square Garden is a dump.
Key Arena was worse.
Me. Ooh.
I think they sat like 800 people. No, it's probably more than that. Probably 8,000, 10,000.
Yeah.
But it was like I've seen high school gyms better than Key Arena. And that's why Seattle left. Should have built them a new arena.
Well, they've got one for hockey, so I'm assuming they just use that if they got a team back.
We'll see.
Bam.
We're going to take a quick pause. When we get back, Kevin Durant to the Detroit Pistons, is that a legitimate thing?
No! Everyone shut up!
And is Detroit becoming a legitimate destination for maybe free agents in the future with the Pistons? But before we do, Maddie, all the great work our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency are doing.
Friends at SMA help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness on fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Well, I know what I'm going to do this coming weekend, and that's head on over to the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. That is home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. They have 2 ways to play, $12 open unlimited play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine as well as multiple full bars. Check it out at thefoalingwarehouse.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry.
Yes, sir.
Before we talk about KD to the Pistons. The question is Detroit becoming a premier destination for NBA free agents because of Troy Weaver? And not just Troy, really, mainly because of Cade Cunningham.
Premier destination? No. A place where I'm not eliminating it because it's Detroit. Yes. When we look at the players who are saying yes to Detroit, it's still a limited list, which is more than everybody saying I'm not going there. You had Ayton saying, hey, I'll go there. We had Ivey crying because he got to come to Detroit. I think Cade Cunningham needs to not only play the way he does, but he needs to win. He needs to get this team into the playoffs, not playing game, but into the playoffs, and Detroit will become a destination because of him. Guys in the NBA want two things more than anything else. They want their money, and they want their touches. Cade Cunningham is going to give them their touches. How many franchises can you go to where the star player is not a guy that's saying, I got to get mine, and I got to get mine every night?
Very few.
Right.
Which have often been the most successful in the last 20 years.
Right.
Tim Duncan in San Antonio, Steph Curry in Golden State.
Right, but Tim Duncan wasn't a distributor. You know,
but he was willing to be coached.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim Duncan was one of the best basketball players at the time. When he came out, really, he was amazing.
Big fundamental.
And he allowed, Popovich speaks on this all the time, he allowed Popovich to coach him hard, which allowed Pop to coach everyone else hard. That unselfishness doesn't need to just translate on the court.
Right. So it's very seldom that it happens. You know, Magic Johnson was that way. Yes, Tim Duncan was that way. It was their team, but what do I have to do to win? Doesn't matter. I'll play defense if you want me to for a few minutes. I'll distribute the ball. But in today's NBA, which, yes, I will acknowledge, here I'm talking to you young people out there. Yes, they're more athletic. Yes, they're more skilled than sometimes in the players in the 80s and 90s, but they're also more selfish. It's like, I got to get my tips, I got to get everything, and the hell with everybody else. So that is the difference. But Cade Cunningham is one of those dudes. What we got to do to win? What do I have to do to make sure that you're satisfied as a player? That doesn't happen often with the guy who you're saying this is your team. So free agents, at some point, when he proves he can win here, they will come here.
So my question to you is, how is Detroit supposed to be a destination you consider with Cade in the future when we have an example of Milwaukee who grew Giannis all these years, grew Chris Middleton after they acquired him from Detroit? Now, did they attract Lopez and Drew Holiday, like you've said, middle-of-the-pack guys, guys that you would consider good additions? I'm sure Detroit can do that. But can you go out and sign or prevent a top 5, top 10 player in the game going to LA, going to Miami? If Milwaukee isn't doing it, how do we expect Detroit? And this follow-up to that is Detroit an upgrade of a city over Milwaukee?
Well, first of all, Detroit's not going to attract LeBron James in his prime. Detroit's not going to attract Anthony Davis. But Detroit can get that the second-tier guys didn't even want to come here. So the superstars are definitely not coming here. Even with Cade, I don't think they're coming here.
And that's kind of the point I'm alluding to, because we'll get to the conversation of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant can only come here via free agency. You cannot afford to trade for him. The deal you're going to have to make with Brooklyn, if I'm Brooklyn and you want Kevin Durant, he still has a contract for the next 2 years? All right, bet. You're going to send me Sadiq Bey, Jaden Ivey, 3 first-round picks. You can have KD. Give me Cade Cunningham and a first, and I'll give you KD. And they'll laugh, and you'll laugh, but why the hell would I give up Kevin Durant? For what, nothing? Just because he's not happy, or he plays with a teammate who thinks the earth is flat? Can't fix stupid. Kevin Durant to Portland, I love the idea of him going to Portland. The team that passed on him in the draft for Greg Oden, Damian Lillard, Yusuf Nurkic, that would be super interesting. How do you get him there? How do you get him there?
Portland
and
is
Portland
not a destination
sacrifice.
Either. If he's willing to go to Portland, he'll be willing to come to Detroit.
Well, Portland have Damian Lillard, who's a star in this league. They don't have Cade is not a star yet. He's an up and comer, but he's not a star yet.
But we're assuming that Cade's going to become a star.
Yes.
I said you can attract better free agents.
I agree.
When they get into the playoffs. Not today. You'll get some fringe guys now and then say, hey, you know what, Detroit, I'll consider Detroit. Back in the day, Detroit wasn't even in consideration. So that's a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, I think you'll start getting guys that are solid threes, very good threes, like a Jeremy Grant, a Drew Holiday. I think you'll start attracting players like that for sure. But I don't see you ever being able to land a guy that's top 7, top 8 in the league off his second contract looking to come to Detroit. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I think the KD to Detroit is a bunch of nonsense, to be honest with you. I don't think it's realistic. I think the people that clap for it and say, Cade Cunningham is going to bring Kevin Durant to Detroit, I think they're a bunch of walruses.
Well, the walruses also point out that Troy Weaver brought KD into the league.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Portland brought KD to OKC by drafting Greg Oden. That was the only pick you make, and Sam Presti was the GM. Excuse me.
But he was...
This is like giving Brad Holmes credit for selecting all the players.
But if they're under your thumb at some point,
sure.
then you develop a relationship, and that's
All
what
right.
the...
All right, I'm gonna.
God, he's out the
I'm
chair.
gonna
Here we
entertain.
go.
Oh, boy.
This is it.
You did this, sir.
I'm gonna entertain
My
the
bad.
stupid. All right.
Don't swear, please.
I'm gonna entertain the stupid fucking walruses this morning.
I just told you.
You want Kevin Durant to come to Detroit. All right, genius. You tell me how. I'll wait. He's got 2 years left on his contract. What? Brooklyn's just gonna buy him out because they're good people? We're gonna buy out KD so he can come to Detroit. That's not gonna happen. What are you gonna have to give them? Jaden Ivey? 4 picks? Sadiq Bey? Oh, you don't want to give up any of those. Oh, that's right. You could offer 8 future first-round picks. They wouldn't do the trade. Unbelievable.
Before you get too excited, your shoes are untied. I don't want you to trip.
I'll be okay. I don't plan on moving from the spot anytime soon. Unbelievable. KD.
You know who's starting that?
Kevin Durant? The Detroit Pistons?
Before you get too fat,
we have people that work here
all this stuff?
Who's the idiot?
It's idiots.
Idiots. I know they work here.
It's
Yeah,
the Pistons.
Wiki.
It's the Pistons crew.
No, so it's only a few of them. It's not all of them.
Okay, some of the little Piston people that run around
Jeff
here.
Iafredi doesn't want him.
Yeah, Jeff Iafredi doesn't want him. Sean Murphy doesn't want him.
No, Sean Murphy started it.
I
He
don't
started
think, but
it.
I asked him on Friday, and he
Dang.
said no, he wants him in 2 years, not now.
But even if it's 2 years from now, he still thinks he can come here. He started it.
Okay, Sticky Wicky wanted
2
him. I
years
blame
from
him
now,
too.
if you want to have the conversation about Kevin Durant, I will be here. Terry will be here, and we can have the conversation. Until then, go fuck yourselves. Kevin Durant is not coming to Detroit this offseason. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless you are willing to trade Jaden Ivey, Sadiq Bey, and about 2-3 first-round picks that are unprotected.
Okay, I don't think the guys, the fellers, let me speak for them, are talking about Kevin Durant coming this season.
Well, is he going to come when he's 35?
Terry, they are. They're talking about right now, Kevin Durant.
What,
You
when
just
he's
told me
35?
he didn't say he was going to
That
come
was
here.
Sean Murphy. Sticky Wicky, on the other hand, said we want him now, and some of the other people said we want him now. They want him right now.
Yeah,
this year.
we're gonna accept a
Bunch of
35-year-old in
idiots.
2 years.
All
Yeah,
right,
that makes
stay
sense.
the
And they're
hell
dumbasses.
out.
You're calling your
Stay
colleagues
out.
dumbasses.
I
now.
am.
All
My
right.
colleagues are
Yeah,
dumbasses.
they are
I'll say it proudly.
dumbasses. Stay out. Why would he even come to
Except Maddie.
Detroit?
Maddie's not a dumbass.
Maddie has not brought that up. Is
Shout
Kevin
out to
Durant
Maddie.
coming here this year?
No.
Why would he come to Detroit? Why?
Question for
Why?
everybody.
Weird.
This is a good question.
Why?
And this is actually a good way to segment into our next topic. The question is, if you're the Pelicans, would you trade Zion and 2 firsts and Jackson Hayes for Kevin Durant? I find that very interesting. I wouldn't do it. I would never give up on Zion. I mean, he's too much of a project to give up on. But who's going to make the trade for KD, and what does it cost?
He's a hippo. You don't like hippos.
I mean, he looks kind of in shape right now. He was hanging out with a bunch of 12-year-olds. I don't know what he was doing with them.
Hippos are all muscle.
That's his business.
I
not
thought
mine.
calling it walruses. Didn't we
Shut up,
change it to
fish. We got to go to break. When we get back, we got a lot to talk about. Still, Owen joining us this morning. This is going to be fun. Terry, I got to tell you about where I got my haircut done.
I can't wait.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. They're awesome stylists. Will take care of you like they take care of me. Beard, hair, they do it all. Hot leather, neck shave. After, Terry, great feeling. For all your precision haircuts, visit Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sports books, head on over to their website. And don't forget, you can download their app on the App Store today for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. So make sure you check it out at the Fulling Warehouse at oddstrader.com.
Maddie's losing her mind this morning. It's
You
all
said
good.
0 down. I'm saying fullingwarehouse.com.
Yeah. Blame it on me. I know. That's what everybody does. They just blame it on me. Terry?
Yes.
The market is what it's going to be for KD. How they're going to trade him and trade Kyrie. If I'm Brooklyn, if you remember years ago, they traded tons of first-round picks for Kevin Durant, Paul Pierce.
Yes.
Or excuse me, I'm sorry. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Sorry. And when they made that trade, they were all in trying to win right now. And they got fleeced because those picks turned out to be Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. And all those years later, now they're struggling. They finally attract free agents with KD and Kyrie, but it's not working out. They have Ben Simmons. If I'm Brooklyn, and I feel the same way about Portland unless they can make a move happen. If I'm Brooklyn, I'm blowing it up. And I'm trading KD to Portland for Shaedon Sharpe and a few first-round picks that are unprotected. And they're not going to be this year, next year, or the year after. I'm talking 4, 5, and 6 years down the line. I want those picks. When your team has to go in a rebuild, those are the picks I want. And I think if I'm Portland, I do it. For a championship window, I do it. I give up 2026, 27, and 29, along with Shaedon Sharpe for Kevin Durant. Would Brooklyn accept? I'm not sure. But if I'm Brooklyn, I have to cut my losses where they're at. This is a loss situation. I'm moving off KD. For Kyrie, God knows how I'm going to move him off the books. And then I have a guy who I don't even know if he wants to play basketball, and Ben Simmons. So what do I do there? What do I just send him to a nursing home? So I am willing to take a little less if I'm Brooklyn to secure future first-round picks that I know will likely be lottery picks when Damian is gone, when Kevin is gone, and Portland are entering their version of a rebuild. That's what I'd go for.
But the thing that teams in New York, and Brooklyn is in New York, young fella, they don't like to give up names. They want names, even if the guy's too old, even if the guy's broken down. They like to have names. So I'm not sure Brooklyn would do that. They should if they want to win, because I always thought, here's my old ass again, I always thought the idea was winning rather than just having a team that looks cute when they go out on the court. But they need to blow it up there. It didn't work. It's never going to work.
It's never going to work. Brooklyn will never be relevant until they do what Boston has done and Golden State has done, and that's succeed through the draft. You are not Los Angeles. And by the way, you can't be Brooklyn and attract KD and Kyrie and then bring a guy who's literally day one going to walk in and say, yeah, we don't need Steve Nash to coach us. We don't need a head coach here. We just need a guy that'll let us do what we do because we know what we're doing, which means we're not going to play basketball because that's what we do here in Brooklyn. We don't play.
Well, COVID's done, so maybe at least Kyrie will play.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I'm Portland, I have a big decision to make, Terry. Enter a rebuild and move off of Damian and build around Sharp for the future. Or I deal Sharp like Cleveland dealt Wiggins, and I go get KD, and I acquire a few picks, I give up a few picks to get KD to Portland, and then we have a 2-3 year championship window at most. Probably realistically only 2. That I can get behind for Portland. It's either that or rebuild. There's no in between. I hate teams that just live in between. Either you suck dick or you're worth something. Sorry, Fish. Sorry, Flannel Sam. I know I'm making your job difficult this morning, but some things just need to be said.
You don't care about Flannel Sam.
I do not.
Nah. He doesn't care about anyone.
And the thing is, Flannel Sam's just the sweetest, nicest guy. And his job is to get rid of all of Adam's poop-oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, Owen, I want your opinion. Cade, Ivey, Bay, super young core.
Right.
Do you even consider attracting a guy like free agent, not a free agent, but Kevin Durant through a trade? Are you even entertaining it if you're the Pistons?
I would be patient. I'm more of a patient guy just because who knows what could happen. I think it's such a wild card situation where he could come here and then 2 years later he doesn't want to be here anymore. I think it's a young team and you got to get a younger guy than KD. That's personally who I want. I don't really see KD coming here either way, but I don't think KD's the move to come to Detroit.
Well, here's the other thing about KD. Nobody says it, but he's kind of a panty waist. He's a little bit soft.
He is, yeah.
He's, his feelings get hurt
I'll
easily.
say he's soft.
Hmm?
His feelings get hurt. He's a bum.
Wouldn't call him a bum.
He's sensitive about everything.
Who?
Kevin
KD.
Durant.
Kevin Durant's not a bum, Fish. Shut the hell up. Go talk about cricket, man.
He's a bum off the court. He's great on the court.
No, he's doing just fine off the court.
But he's sensitive as hell. You try tweeting at him and he gets all butthurt and he starts crying.
He's like Eric Ebron.
Say what you want. I don't care. But
With that said, he doesn't have that Detroit muscle, a Detroit fight. He can shoot. He can
Kevin
score.
Durant's got game. But for anybody in Detroit to actually think him coming here is a real thing because he was working out with Cade Cunningham and he praised Cade Cunningham, that's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. I can't believe we're even having this conversation. He has 2 years left on his deal. Brooklyn are not giving him up unless they get a premier talent, which means you're going to have to give up Sadiq Bey and Jaden Ivey along with a few unprotected picks. Do you want to do that this morning, Detroit? No, you don't. So shut the hell up. And even if you do it, then what? $45 million is right on the books. There goes all your cap space. Then what? Then what? Who are you signing to take you over the hump? Cade and KD are not enough to win a championship.
I know, and we were mentioning, does he want to be here in 2 years? Is he going to be walking in 2 years? That's the other thing.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, the whole Achilles thing. He's done fine though. He's recovered. He's still a certified bucket. He's still one of the better players in this league. It's completely ridiculous. Sorry, Wendy. It is. It is completely ridiculous to even think that Kevin Durant would come here. How would you bring him? I'm listening. I'm waiting.
Could be very difficult.
You tell me one move that allows you to pull off Kevin Durant to the Detroit Pistons. I'm waiting.
Can you wait for 2 years?
I'll be here. I'm chilling.
He's a free agent?
I'm chilling. And in 2 years, maybe you have a team that's on the cusp of contending, or they're just missing a superstar or an additional one. Who knows? You want to consider KD at 35? Be my guest. I'm willing to have that conversation more than, oh, we're going to trade for Kevin Durant right now? Yeah, okay. You tell me how. I'm waiting. I'll be here all day. I have nothing better to do than listen to your dumb shit of how Kevin Durant possibly will come to Detroit. Please.
Here you go again.
Entertain me. Please, I'm waiting. I'll be here all day. I'm waiting. Kevin Durant to Detroit.
You are so obnoxious. Take a seat.
How. Go ahead. Come on, kindergartners. Show me how. I am waiting.
I can't give you a how.
Show me how the money works. Show me how you give up all your talent. Show me. Kevin Durant.
Okay, you're making fun of our little Piston people around here.
Terry, you think Adham cares? He doesn't care.
I know, but I like those guys.
No, they're good people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they say some erratic things, but other than that, they're good people.
I told them to. I said, don't stay in between the lines. Say some stupid stuff now and then.
Yeah. So you were the one that. So you were the one that wanted to say go Kevin Durant, right? Were you the one?
I didn't. No, I didn't say that. But I just said speak your mind.
I like it.
I agree with Man Guy Friend Bro. It's one of my favorite people in the chat. Maddie looking like an absolute snack, per usual. I agree, Man Guy Friend Bro. Oh, man. Let's go to break. When we get back... Oh, God. When we get back, what must Cade Cunningham do to be a success with his new teammates? Right? You have shooters around you now, scorers. Jaden Ivey, off-ball scorer. Sadiq Bey, certified bucket, a guy that can get you 22, 23 a night. What is Cade Cunningham going to have to sacrifice to allow the Pistons to be in a playing contention this year, Terry? We'll get to that in a bit. But before we do, Maddie, the official lifestyle beverage, that is Cintron.
Yes, and the summer of Cintron is upon us, and now you can pick up Cintron at your local Kroger. So head on over to Kroger with your Kroger card. They've got a deal going on right now, 2 for just $4. That's an absolute steal. Cintron is a new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
I'm Cade Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Open all summer long. From Memorial Day to Labor Day, there will be basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, and food trucks. Free Wi-Fi so you can work from the park if you have to. Oh, my goodness. Summer is better at the Monroe Street Midway. Brought to you by Bedrock Detroit. I was there this weekend, by the way.
Can I just say that most of the stuff...
I did. I had a blast. I was there for probably an hour and a half, though.
Nice.
I checked it out. It was really nice. A lot of people were having a lot of fun.
As they should.
I recommend all of
Did you do anything, or you just
I strolled around. I just grabbed some food.
Good.
Grabbed some food.
I thought you were a stalker.
I just grabbed some food, walked around, enjoyed the festivities.
It's 90 degrees. Who's the creepy guy wearing a sweater?
Well, I wouldn't have to wear a sweater if Maddie didn't abuse me outside of work. So
He was just
tell her to take it easy on me, and we wouldn't have this problem.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ. Here
Ooh,
we
a
are.
sweater and a turtleneck when it was 97 degrees.
Oh, goodness. Terry, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What must Cade do and learn and build his game around to make this Jaden Ivey, Sadiq Bey trio work moving forward? And how does he become successful without sacrificing what makes him so great?
Well, I have one word. It's a 4-letter word that he's going to have to be sometimes. That's a dick.
I was really like, which word is he going to use?
So y'all were thinking nasty. That's the way y'all, and that's okay. Y'all nasty over here. But at times, Cade Cunningham is going to have to be rough on the teammates. The 2 championship teams, Isaiah Thomas was rough on his teammates. Ben Wallace was rough on his teammates. Not like Jimmy Butler was with Minnesota and Chicago, but they got on their nerves, or they got in their cases a lot. So Cade Cunningham, who's projected as this nice guy, and boy, I love Detroit, and I got my buffs on, and blah, blah, blah. His public image probably won't change, but his image in that locker room needs to change a little bit, because these are young guys, and Cade Cunningham, this is my theory, Cade Cunningham is learning how to feed these guys more efficiently. That's what he's probably working on in the offseason. So, in one vein, he's got to hook them up, but another vein, he's got to be a hard ass sometimes. Because the good boy approach doesn't work if you want to win championships or even contend for them. So I think his attitude needs to be altered a little bit.
Yeah, I think he has the right attitude, though, to develop into that. This is a guy, I think, that year 2 is probably going to give you 18-6-7, 18-6-6. This is a guy that will be unselfish, and not just unselfish. The word is used, I think, too loosely. The key word with Cade Cunningham is he'll make the right play.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's to Jaden Ivey cutting to the basket, or Sadiq Bey in the corner for 3, or Isaiah Livers, or Jalen Durant, or Marvin Bagley, or whoever the hell it is. Whether it's himself taking it to the rack on a double team instead. Cade Cunningham has shown, in the limited sample size you had year 1, that he's always going to make the right play.
Okay. And here, let me do Adham. Ooh, let me stand up. At some, did I break the chair? At some point, he's got to explain when it's crunch time. Daddy's taking over. I'm daddy, and daddy's got to take the shot.
Sometimes daddy just needs to lay down the dick, Terry. I agree.
Right. Of course you were going to go there. That was...
I'm trying to support him.
Why are you the way that you are?
I'm trying to support him. He said it, not me. It's his fault.
Why is it his fault?
You made it
Terry,
weird.
Am I not supporting your argument?
He is supporting my argument.
He said he needed him to be a 4-letter word. I just emphasized the 4th-letter word. That's it.
He just said it in a different way.
I want to go home.
No, you don't.
My heart's
this is fun.
broken.
Fish, shut the hell up. You say you want to go home every morning.
Yeah, and I probably do.
And you know what? He never goes home.
He never goes home.
Well, because they kind of need someone in the booth. Unless I just let the mics go in for 24 hours.
Night? You still here? They need you when all the shows are done? No. He just likes it here.
Terry, I'm going to give you access to my Snapchat, and I want you to see some of the stuff Fish sends me at night. It's kind of creepy.
Can we, show the audience.
Yeah, show the audience. Go for
it. Nobody wants to see your hairy legs, Fish. Anyways, we got to go to break.
Says the one that you wanted to see my nipples.
No.
What the hell is happening?
No, we said you don't have nipples.
We said you don't have nipples,
yeah,
you jackass.
and you wanted to see them.
Okay.
You don't remember?
Oh,
you
God.
brought it up.
We got to go to
Why
break.
you blame me for everything?
Fish doesn't have nipples. All he has is 2 stitches across his breast.
Yeah, and you guys wanted to see it.
He had them cut off.
I hate you, Fish. We got to go to break. When we get back, mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. Any and all questions will be answered this morning, whether it's for Maddie, myself, or Terry. But before we do, Maddie, the best defense on and off the field
is Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm, they're going to keep you safe and give you peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what's important to you is safe. Give them a call today at 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. That's right, you heard Terry and Fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Make me feel bad.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, and that's Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround time, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call them at 844-4-BIG-FROG.
All right, we're back. Mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. We'll start with Jack Harrington, who always asks the appropriate and right questions. Any given morning, Jack says, can we call Avila and Jabba the Hippo? Jack, I'm here to tell you absolutely can. That's exactly what and who he is.
Instead of Jabba the Hutt, Jabba the Hippo.
I agree. Zach Connolly asks, what NBA cities would you not choose over Detroit if the money was all the same? I wouldn't choose Charlotte. I wouldn't choose New York. I wouldn't choose
Sacramento.
Sacramento's
Sacramento's on the top of that list.
I wouldn't choose Orlando. I wouldn't choose... Honestly, I wouldn't choose Oklahoma City. I wouldn't choose Dallas.
Nobody wants to play in Toronto.
I wouldn't choose Toronto. That's a good one.
I wouldn't mind playing in Dallas.
I don't know.
But you got Mark Cuban. Yeah, he's a little goofy.
I would say no to San Antonio. Cleveland is a big hell no. Cleveland couldn't offer me 5 times what Detroit was offering me for me to go there. Let's just put it that way, Fish. Well, that's not good. I do, buddy. Anyways.
What is wrong with you?
Let's see. I'm trying to see. Mailbag. Is Casey the man to lead this young Pistons team, or are they going to need to find someone different, Terry?
They'll need to find someone different. I don't think Dwayne Casey, if they reach the promised land, I don't think he'll be coaching when they get there. So I think Dwayne Casey is a setup man. He's teaching. They're learning under him. But when it's time, if they get to the point where they're crossing the finish line, somebody else will be the coach. Don't ask me who it's going to be. I have no idea. But it won't be Dwayne Casey.
All right, I like this question. Do you guys think Riley Greene has a shot at Rookie of the Year?
Ooh.
No. He's not Rookie of the Year caliber even, now. But he's only going to have like a little bit more than a half a season. Are they going to give that to a Rookie of the Year? I don't think so. And you know what? Quiet as it's kept, his defense is shaky. He needs some help with his defense.
Well, He is like the best hitter we've got right now on the Tigers.
That's
He's been
not
around
saying
like
anything.
4 days.
It's not.
I know. That wasn't me making an argument for Rookie of the Year. I just was saying.
Rookie of the Year, you actually have to do something.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, tell that to Cade Cunningham.
I was helping you.
Whatever, Fish. What other questions do we have?
There's still coffee
I
all
don't
over
know.
the table.
We'll get going.
What do you guys think of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan?
It's great.
There's
I
nothing
wanna,
up
you know
there.
what? I want to go there more. I've only been to St. Ignace and to Quamanon Falls, and I'm intrigued. But I have a friend who lives up there who promised to show me around. So, oh no, I've been to the Sulaks. It's the only places I've been.
There
But
you
I want to
go.
go to Marquette. I want to go to that little, I don't know what it's called, the little ears up there, just to see what's up there. And the other thing, this is a big goal of mine. I want to see a moose in the wild.
What?
But you can't see a moose in the
Terry.
Lower Peninsula.
Terry likes long walks on the beach, and one of his goals is to see a moose in real life.
It is. And, right.
What the hell's wrong
Are
with
you
that,
making
Maddie?
fun of me?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird.
I'm intrigued by moose.
Has Adam ever been to the UP? He hasn't even had a pizza. Yes, I have been to the UP, actually.
Whoa.
What'd you do up there?
Yeah,
My
where?
parents used to take me all the time when I was a kid.
Nice.
And I think the last time I
Were
went...
they trying to drop you off?
Honestly, probably. They just didn't have any takers, so who knows? Who knows? Let's see. What else do we have here? Can we talk about the reports that Kaepernick's workout was a disaster for the Raiders? No, because I just don't give a flying F. I just don't. I don't. He sucks. He's 35, 34, whatever he is.
And he hasn't played in the league in 6 years.
Come on. Can we stop the nonsense? All right, what other questions do we have this morning? By the way, guys, I just spilled my coffee everywhere, so this has been great. Who will start next year, Stewart or Durant? Who will start? Stewart. Who I want to start? Durant. I want Durant
Or
to
how
start.
about this? Who will start initially?
Stewart.
And then
I think
Durant?
Durant takes it.
Right, before the season's done. So.
100%. Can you start the don't buy Little Caesars pizza until Avila is fired protest?
Ooh, I like that. We should start that.
See, I have a problem with this. I don't like doing that. This is one of my. I will never tell you not to support any business in this state of Michigan. I will not do that. That's crossing the line for me. Having said that, Little Caesars Pizza is better in the stadium than it is outside it. That you take it for what you want. Avila should be gone, though. I'm sure the pizza will taste better once he's gone. All right, what else do we have? By the way, Riley Greene.
Yeah, he played incredible this weekend.
Holy hell, some of the catches he had.
He had incredible catches. Yes, I will admit that. But he's also had some flubs out there too.
He did drop one. I'm still not sure how he did that, but we're willing to forgive it. What are the realistic free agents to put around the core three, if not Miles Bridges? Tricky.
There's guys that you don't want.
There's guys you don't want that you would take maybe on a 1-year, 2-year deal, and you would save your cap for next year. That's what I'd say. We have one more question before we go. Do you guys know anything about this kid out of Italy? Getting a lot of good feedback. Shot looks really good. Extremely athletic for a white boy. They all look good on tape. What I'd say is he's gone in the second round for a reason. I think at best he's a number 8 or 7 in this league. I don't see him forcing his way and becoming a Nikola
He must not be
Jokic.
that good because they want to quote unquote stash him.
They can stash him all they want. I mean, I don't see him.
I mean, if he was Manu Ginobili, you wouldn't stash him. If he's LeBron James, you wouldn't.
Maybe
stash
he's a very good role player, but he's not walking into the league and dominating it. Let's just say that. We got to end the show on that note. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out Big D Energy. Spencer will be on the desk today. I'm excited to watch it. Big Spencer on the desk. Should be a good show.
Is he going to have donut sugar all over him?
I think he'll just have donuts in front of him, honestly.
Okay.
2 to 4, bottom line, of course. Jeff Iafredi will be filling in for Braylon Edwards. I'm excited to see that as well. So, everybody, thank you for a beautiful Monday morning. You guys all have a great rest of your Monday, and I'm going to go bother the living hell out of Maddie for the next 12 hours. See you later.
Sounds great.
Me.